Hello and welcome back, everyone, to Immigration and Jobs Talk Show. I'm your host Sam, and you're watching Daily Immigration Dose. So today we are come back again with another very exciting and very informative topic that you need to be aware of. And before moving ahead, before learning more about our today's topic, let me read out this very important disclaimer. By watching our videos, you agree and understand that the information shared, including user comments, is not a professional advice. So use it at your own risk. Our intention is never to offend, it's just a casual exchange of ideas. All right, and after this very important disclaimer, friends, once again, we are live on YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, and on X as well. So, do participate in today's session by dialing this number that is visible on the screen. You can dial 425 with the access code 988888. And if you don't want to join us in call, you can also put your comments in the comment section and we will definitely take them up. So it's going to be a great session. So make sure to participate in today's episode. And also, the best part is that I have my very best co host with me, Napasa Pradhan, who is very insightful and who brings up very logical and very practical pointers to each and every episode. So thank you so much, Napasa, for being here and for participating in today's session. It's really an honor and it's really grateful for you also. And with that, how are you doing and how is everything going? Please go ahead and share with our viewers.
Well, thank you so much, Sam. First of all, I always look forward for our daily immigration dose, Monday to Friday. So yes, it's 4 p.m. And so happy to be here with you for another dose on daily immigration. And it's going to be great because we have so many changes, so many updates that we have, and we are going to talk about all of that, most of it, especially how Trump's H-1B visa policies could really impact the future of US global competitiveness.
Yeah.
So there's so many countries that are going to be affected, India also being one of the major ones. So I'm really looking forward for today's discussion. But I think before we really discuss, we should head on with few news updates. And Sam, why don't you go first?
Sure, why not? So I think let me go ahead with my very first news update that I have got this, and it's a very important news. That's why 725,000 Indians are shivering in the US. And no, it's not the biting cold, it's something else. So there are approximately 14 million undocumented immigrants, including 725,000 Indians in the US, and that's a big number. So the US had already sent back 1,500 Indians in the financial year 2023 under a very lenient Biden administration. But with the return of Donald Trump, the thousands of illegal Indian immigrants in the US are on the edge. So millions of people are shivering in the US right now, and it's not just about the biting cold, it's about Trump's administration. The 14 million undocumented immigrants, including 725,000 Indians, are gripped with fear as President Donald Trump returns to the White House with renewed determination to clamp down on illegal immigration. And on his very first day, we heard a lots of changes and we heard a lot of aggressive, towards illegal immigrants that Trump is going to put in. And that's what Trump pledged, a very stronger, very aggressive approach to deporting undocumented individuals and also reinforcing the US borders. As a response, many Americans are now reaching out to attorneys and churches for protection. According to a 2024 Pew Research report, Indians are the third largest group of undocumented immigrants in the US, following Mexicans and Salvadorans. Also, US Immigration and Customs Enforcement ICE has deported over 270,000 immigrants to 192 countries, including India. So that's a huge number. Again, we can see how many undocumented immigrants that ICE has deported in the last year, that was 2024, and this was one of the highest level of deportation since 2014. Among those deported were 1,529 Indians. So we can see a lots of undocumented illegal immigrants are also there, especially from India. And that was the major news. Another news I would like to cover, it's about Donald Trump moves to end birthright citizenship. How will this affect the Indian American community? So this is again a very hot topic that's going around the news information, and we can see how much Trump is about to end the birthright citizenship. And today we are going to understand that how is it going to affect the Indian American community. So let's see. Starting his second term with a flurry of executive orders, US President Donald Trump has sought to revoke the birthright citizenship. And among the first few presidential actions listed by the White House on its website, the order title that is protecting the meaning and value of American citizenship. So Trump has quoted this by saying that he's going to protect the meaning of actually the birthright citizenship and going to give more value to the American citizenship. And he also specifies those who were born in the US but not subject to the jurisdiction thereof are excluded from birthright citizenship. The Indian American community, which is one of the fastest growing immigrant in the US, has seen profoundly impacted, by this charge, and also when it comes through. So, according to official statistics of the US Census Bureau, the Indian Americans number over 5.4 million as of 2024, comprising 1.47% of the US population. And out of these, around two-thirds are first generation immigrants, while the rest are US born citizens. These are the data that has been shown yet. And if we talk about the change in policy, then most of the children, those who are born to Indian nationals, are on temporary work visas right now or waiting for the green card, would no longer automatically acquire the US citizenship. And that's kind of a sad news for Indians, but that's how the Trump's policies are. And this will also impact, hundreds of thousands of children, those who are born to Indian immigrants in the US each year, and put families in jeopardy, say immigration experts based in India. So these were some of the basic news updates that I would like to share with our viewers, and I think these were very important news updates that's going around. So I think further news will be shared by my co-host Napasa. So please go ahead and share some more news updates for our viewers.
Thank you so much, Sam. And yes, those were very, very important news. I also have a few, and this first one is immigration groups. They criticized Nevada Democrats for supporting Trump's anti-immigrant policies. And yes, the Nevada Immigrant Coalition, representing nearly 40 organizations, they gathered in downtown Las Vegas to denounce recent immigration measures signed by President Trump and criticized Nevada's Democratic congressional delegation for supporting them. So, key concerns include that the Lake and Riley Act was passed with bipartisan support, which allows detention and deportation of undocumented immigrants arrested for nonviolent crimes without a conviction. And advocates argue, the legislation undermines due process and facilitates Trump's mass deportation agenda. Apart from that, we also have local organizers like Leo Murrieta of Make the Road Nevada. They accused Democratic Senators Jackie Rosen and Catherine Cortez Masto of betraying immigrant communities by supporting such policies. So, meanwhile, Trump has issued sweeping executive orders targeting humanitarian parole programs and asylum processes, sparking fear and uncertainty among immigrant families. The coalition is urging Nevada Democrats to reverse course and stand against policies they believe scapegoat immigrants and erode community trust. This was one, and well, another I have is about US universities, they see record Indian student enrollment despite visa challenges. This is a very, very important news update as well because Indian students are now the largest group of international students in US universities, surpassing China with a record of 331,602 enrollments in the year 2023 to 2024, this academic year. And it was like a 23% rise from the previous year, according to ICEF Monitor. And Indian students account for 29.4% of the total international student population in the US. And that is as per the Open Doors report. I think these are some of the major statistics also that I had to share. And no matter how hard the visa processing challenges have emerged, with a 38% drop in F1 visas issued to Indian students in 2024, The speculation is rife about how President elect Donald Trump's policies starting January 2025 may impact the future of Indian enrollments, given his history of stricter immigration. So, yes, experts like Sonal Kapoor of Prodigy Finance emphasize that the US remains a premier destination due to its academic excellence, diversity of programs, and even global recognition. And the OPT program, optional practical training (OPT) program also gives STEM graduates up to 3 years to gain work experience post graduation. And despite all these uncertainties, strong planning, support from universities, and scholarships continue to help Indian students achieve their educational dreams in the US. Next up, we have, US Secretary of State Rubio raises irregular immigration in first meeting with S. Shankar. So, yes, in the inaugural meeting with India's External Affairs Minister S. Shankar, US Secretary of State Marco Rubio flagged concerns about irregular immigration, highlighting the Trump's administration's focus on addressing the issue collaboratively with India. And the two leaders reaffirmed their commitment to strengthening the India US partnership, covering areas like defense cooperation, even emerging technologies, energy, and the Indo Pacific strategy. According to State Department spokesperson Tammy Bruce, that is. And Jaishankar also expressed optimism about deepening ties, calling Rubio a strong advocate for the bilateral relationship, and the meeting also coincides involving Australia and Japan as a part of the ongoing Quad collaborations ahead of an expected summit in India, which is going to happen later this year. And this engagement underscores the evolving dynamics of US India relations under President Trump's administration. Well, yes, moving on, we also have concerns about these policy shifts under Trump administration, because the Indian government has expressed a willingness to collaborate with the Trump administration to address this issue. Meanwhile, India has emphasized the mutual benefits of the movement of skilled professionals, particularly regarding the H-1B program, which has drawn support from both Trump and Elon Musk. And India accounts for approximately 78% of H-1B visas issued in 2023, underscoring its significance in India-US economic ties. And last but not the least, I have another one, and that is, former U.S. National Security Advisor John Bolton has advocated for reforms in the U.S. immigration system. That's right. He says we should welcome additional immigrants, and he emphasizes the importance of increasing legal immigration through the H-1B visa program. And Bolton highlighted the program's positive impact as well, calling immigration a source of strength for the United States. Well, while also addressing concerns about illegal immigration, John Bolton, noted that the legal immigration system is hopelessly gridlocked and politically challenging also to reform. He urged for the political will to support orderly and increased legal immigration. And Bolton also expressed optimism about the continued strengthening of US India strategic relations. And the visa program is a way to bring people in. They may return to their home country or apply for US citizenship. It's a very positive program for the United States. That is what Bolton remarked in an interview. So, yes, those were a few news updates from my end. And I think, yes, now without further ado, we should get back to actually start discussing the topic of discussion for today's daily immigration dose. And that is how Trump's H-1B visa policy could impact the future of US global competitiveness. So, yes, Sam,
I think
how do you think it?
today it's going to be a great topic because we are actually getting to know something for the 2025 Trump's vision, what he is thinking, and what he is planning for the H-1B visa workers. Because most of the time, our viewers are very much concerned as we have lots and lots of viewers regarding the H-1B visa. And I think with these Trump statements, we can predict, we can at least have a idea for the year that what can be the policies or how the policies can be, whether it will be lenient or whether it will be tougher. And as Trump has mentioned some statements regarding the H-1B workers, so we can predict that it's not going to be it's not going to be anti-H-1B workers, that's for sure. But it's going to be tough, it's going to be challenging, and that's what we have been predicting from a very long time. But Trump this time also said, and he put some statements, and that was he put in a conference room that held on Tuesday at the White House, and where President Donald Trump, discussed the highly debated topic that's about the H-1B program, and he also stated that he supports bringing competent foreign workers to the U.S. to fill the critical roles. So this is a very important statement that he put up, and that's what he is, a man of his words. So he's definitely going to look for it. And also, Napasa, I would also like to read out what he actually said during the press conference. So he said that I like both sides of the argument, but I also like very competent people coming into our country, even if that involves them training and helping other people that may not have the qualifications they do. I don't want to stop, but need competent people. So I think this itself shows, that he is more into making America more competent, and inviting lots of people, lots of workers, so that they can benefit U.S. economy. And Trump is a man who works on the principle, like if the nation people, if they are benefiting his nation, then I think he is definitely going to invite lots of H-1B workers. What do you think, Napasa, on that?
Absolutely. This shows that Trump is interested for the betterment of his nation. And with that said, he really needs competitive people in all fields for that matter, And he likes ideas, innovation, and people with the zeal of working hard and really achieving, because he's also one such person. So I'm sure he's going to be really positive about this fact, and he would do his best. And with that said, he's also not going to put aside Americans. If Americans who are already living in America are going to be those competitive people for him, I'm sure he's going to have them on board as well.
Absolutely. And I think that's what we can expect, right? And also the things, if we are going ahead for the H-1B workers, then also we should also talk about that now, as Trump is here with a very his latest version, his very enthusiastic version, he's also to deport lots of illegal immigrants right there. And it's very hard to say that most of there are 14 million illegal immigrants right now in the US, and most of them, like 720 or 40,000 people, they are Indians. So it's a very hard time for them, it's a very tough time for them. And I hope that they can find their way out, and they can get back to the legal processing. They can get back all the legal procedures, that they can try to save themselves. And that's what very important, because Trump now is, I don't think he's going to be lenient, or he's going to be very much soft in especially the undocumented people. So it's going to be a hard time for all the illegal immigrants, and it's going to be a very tough time. I think,
Yes.
yeah, right.
Sam, like there are a lot of people who, I mean, just let's go back to the basics. If you talk about illegal immigration and talk about its definition, well, according to the dictionary, it is someone who lives or works in another country when they do not have the legal right to do this. So it's as simple as that. So another definition I would like to read out is from Wikipedia, saying illegal immigration is the migration of people into a country in violation of that country's immigration laws, or the continuous residence in a country without legal right to do so.
Yeah.
Illegal immigration tends to be financially upward from poorer to richer countries. And yes, just sticking to the first line itself, illegal residence in another country creates the risks of detention, deportation, and other imposed sanctions.
Mhm.
So there you go. I mean, do you think it really is all right to have all these illegal immigrants in the country then?
Absolutely not. But Napasa, what we can see here that 14 million illegal immigrants. I mean, that's a huge number, right? And that
Yes.
hasn't been just come within a year or within a month. These are the
Yes.
numbers that have been, we don't even know that how many years they have been living over there. It's just that last year they have been detected by ICE and understand like how many years they have been living over there with so many undocumented people over there, and they have been not having the rights also to have a proper life over there, to have a proper work. They have been involved in some of the criminal activities, and that's somehow destroying the US nation, not only
Yes.
economically but also the value, that what the culture is all about.
Absolutely. And even, I mean, ethically speaking, also, how are they feeling, to be doing all of those things? They know for themselves for sure, without anyone to have to point out that,
Right.
they are residing illegally. They do not have these documents. They do not have the right to do so. And then they also, morally, I mean, how to say, they are very much aware that they are committing crimes to be able to achieve or earn their bread, even.
True.
So, I mean, if they really would like to live in the country, they would have to see in what way they can be turned legal, right?
Absolutely.
And I know it's for generations, and 14 million is not a joke. It's not just 14 people. It's the number is huge, and they are all educated people. These people are aware of what they're doing. I understand earlier maybe their ancestors had come to the country, and well, so on and so forth. Generations have come by, but I really hope and think that there's a way out of this, and let's see what can we all figure out.
There's only a legal and a strict way out of it. I don't think there's another
Exactly.
way of it. But that's okay. I think we shouldn't divert from our main topic of today's discussion, and that's about the H-1B visa. And that's what Trump has said right now. And talking about
Yes.
the H-1B workers, I would say it's a good news because it's little positiveness that we can predict in this year, as Trump has said. And you know what? Ironically, I would say there's an irony that Trump's last Trump's last session, during his presidency, he said it very clearly that I will end forever the use of the H-1B as a cheap labor program. So these were his words and these were his statement. And when he was completely anti H-1B, and he said it very clearly that he's going to end the H-1B forever, as he considered it as a cheap labor program. And now, in 2025, when he came back again with Trump 2.0, with Trump 2.0 version, then this time he is saying that he likes to be more competitive. He likes to have more competitiveness in the country and like to have more skilled workers, like to have more people, who are more qualified and who are more diversified so that they can benefit the nation. So I think this is something that he's also getting the influence regarding Elon Musk. What do you say, Napas, on that?
Sorry, Sam.
And saying that also Donald Trump is saying that he's more into H-1B workers now. So I think he's getting that influence towards by Elon Musk also, because Elon
Yeah.
Musk himself is saying that he is there for the H-1B workers and a pro-immigrant, right? So what do you
Yes.
think on that?
Well, of course, maybe Elon Musk could have had this another push on for Donald Trump, but I'm sure even Donald Trump is aware that he needs these competitive people in different specialty occupations. He really needs these intelligent people in different fields, so as to be up there. You know how he has said in his speech that America is going to be more powerful, more successful, and even independent for that matter. So yes, he will need more people who think alike and who are going to do so for America.
Right. I think that's absolutely very well put up. And I think we should also talk about, how Trump is going to support for the skilled workers. So during the press event, what happened that Trump acknowledged both sides of the debate on the H-1B visa program. And he also recognized the concerns, about what foreign workers would potentially take jobs from American citizens, but also stressed the importance of welcoming highly skilled individuals. So right now, he's not very much rational towards any view, because he knows that it shouldn't be always black and white. It's more like a grayish part of the concept, and that's what he said, that he is acknowledging both sides of the debate, and that was about that foreign workers were taking jobs from American, as this was the biggest concern, that most of the people were against a H-1B visa. But he said that he is not very much into favor that, yes, the foreign workers are snatching away the jobs from Americans, though he also says that he is also ready to welcome the highly skilled individuals. So I think this was very important to mention here. And he also said that I like both sides of the argument, but I also like very competent people, who are coming into our country. And
Yes.
even if that involves them training and helping other people that may not have the qualifications if they do, he's not going to stop that. So I think the past, it's a very good thing. It's a very great thing, because if the competition will be high, I think it's going to be a little tougher. But at least the people should be happy that there is no door closed for them, especially for the H-1B visa, right? As what most of the immigrants were expecting when they were seeing the Trump's administration to come back in this year.
Yes, absolutely. And I mean, one of the key proposals which, was a shift towards this merit-based immigration system as well. It also aligns with, his H-1B visa reform. So yes, by prioritizing high-skilled and higher-paid workers, these policies really claim to attract the best of the best and brightest of the brightest, I would say. So yes, not just from India, but from around the world.
Right.
So yeah, Trump's administration really introduced like prioritizing applicants with advanced degrees from U.S. institutions as well. Ensuring that only those with these specialized set of skills unavailable in the U.S. Unavailable in the U.S. workforce could actually secure this H-1B visa. So yes, competition is getting higher, and this is like an announcement to all the people out there to pull up your socks and get better at where you already are best.
Right.
So yes, I think this strategy, like you said, is very much promoting competitiveness and also innovation at the same time, because people are going to raise their bars, raise their levels in every way possible to prove that they are better and they should be the ones getting hired. So yes, I think there is no. I mean, it's not going to be like a mid-level skill workers now. It's going to be all those high level now. Everybody really need to raise their bars.
Absolutely. And with that, I would also like to mention that there are people who has joined us. So thank you so much, everyone, for commenting here. I can see lots of comments over here, and I would like to take one of them. So let's take Nana Ganguly's comment. And she's saying that India surpasses China as the top place of origin for international students, with a record high 331,602 Indian students in the US in 2023 to 2024 or 2024.
Yes, that was
And
in one of the news updates actually.
right,
Yes,
that what you mentioned. And I think this is again the same comment that she has placed. And she is also saying that executive orders such as the Buy American and Hire American directive aim to protect American workers by reforming the H-1B visa program and prioritizing the most skilled or highest paid applicants. I think, yeah, obviously, these were some of the executive orders that have been placed. But as each year we are going to see some reforms, some changes. So I think this year we can also see, as Trump is more into not very much like he is definitely for like America first agenda, but also somehow America first agenda is also benefiting the country only because there are so many H-1B workers over there. So if there
Mhm.
won't be any H-1B workers, if there won't be any foreign workers, those who are highly skilled, America won't be America. And that's for sure. That's very true. And yeah, what would you like to add on this, Nipasa?
Well, yes, aimed at protecting American workers by reforming the H-1B visa. Of course, like I said earlier, like it's raising the bars. I mean, not just for the highly skilled already, but for everyone to get better at where they are. I mean, if like we were discussing earlier, I think in one of our earlier episodes, right, Sam, that
Yeah.
if there are people in America who are already very, very excellent, that they can achieve this special occupation,
Mhm.
they would not need to hire anybody, because I think one of the most important, how to say, point is that, you one will have to find an employer to sponsor you first, and you will need a US employer who's willing to sponsor you for the visa, right?
Right.
And if this job is already filled by an American, there will be no vacancy, or there will be no need for this US company, to have anybody from another country.
True. Absolutely. And
So
I
I
think
think
with
that's
that, Nana, thank you so much for participating. And also, I can see Suraya Khan is here. So, hi, Suraya. It's really good to
nice
have
to
your
hear.
comment. And why don't you join us on this call? It would be great to have a conversation together and you can be more expressive over there. So, please dial this number with the access code and we are waiting for your call. So I think Soraya is asking that, hello, I'm a small SME entrepreneur. I had a question. How can I visit America? Can you explain the H-1B visa process? I don't want to take too much time of your. I mean, that's completely okay, Soraya, because we are here for you. And she also mentioned, oh, hello. So, hi, Soraya. First of all, I know you are watching us, so please go ahead and dial this number. And we are waiting for you eagerly to go ahead and talk anything about. It's not just important to talk about today's session. You can talk anything that you are liking, whether you're from America or whether you're from somewhere else.
No,
So,
she wants to visit America, so I don't think she's in America. She says she's sorry, I am very far away. Okay, where are you from, Soraya? No worries. But yeah,
yeah, let us know that. And also, Soraya has asked a question about the H-1B visa process. So I would just
process.
like to give a brief understanding of the H-1B visa process. So, Soraya, first of all, you have to be eligible for the H-1B visa application, and that is available to workers, in specialty occupations. So you have to be highly skilled. You have to have a good qualifications, and yeah, and those are certain degrees that you have to have there for applying to the H-1B visa. After that, you are looking for the employer's role, then you have to look for the LCA, that's labor condition application, and you have to file form I-129. So you can look into the detail what are the questions that has been asked in this form, and you have to fill it very carefully. Then after that, you have to take the H-1B cap and lottery system. So the H-1B cap is basically about only 85,000 applicants are there. And out of those, there will be a lottery system. And if you're lucky enough, then you'll get the chance to apply, I mean, the name for the lottery. And after that, you have to look for the USCIS review, and the processing time will be there. And after that, you'll get to know whether your application has been approved or denied. And after that, you'll get your visa stamping. So go ahead and look for the correct visa. And but that I would also like to suggest something that's very important, to go ahead and look for the right attorney if you're applying or if you want to apply for the visa applicants, and look for the expert advice because that's very important. And that's what she has mentioned, that can I apply after visiting America. uh, I think if
Yes,
you're
I mean, we will have to come in a visitor's visa first. I mean,
that's
B1, B2. Sorry, that is a business one. You'll have to come in a visitor's travel visa first, and then see how it works. And of course, like
yeah.
H1B, like it's where you H1B is one for workers, so it's an employment-based visa. So first you have to, I mean, if you want to visit America, then you have to visit in a visitor's visa. And then if you want to get employed, and that is, I mean, H1B could be one of your options.
Absolutely.
And yeah, you were asking about H-1B, so I think I just want to add one more point, and that is, the process begins in April with a lottery system, and there are applications, than the cap limit. So applications must be submitted before the end of the fiscal year, that is in September, to be eligible for the October 1st start date. So just
Absolutely.
that one thing I wanted to add.
And Suraya is asking another question. Attorney, why would I need an attorney like you mean a lawyer to visit America? I think Soraya, it's very important, to have a attorney, even when you are filing any form or if you're applying for any visa, because actually you don't know the real. I mean, if you're applying for a form, then there are very basic details that needs to be filled up over there, and that needs a lot of attention and lots of experience over there. And also, what are the process for that H-1B workers, or how can you go ahead and look for the visas? So there are lots of things, and very minute details that
Yes.
can't be, I would say, look upon. So you have to be very.
Especially like for employment based visas, I mean, you have to know, if you have an attorney, they'll be able to guide you best, which visa will even suit you. I mean, there could be chances that you don't need to, enroll yourself in the H-1B visa. Maybe you are extraordinary and, O-1 would work best for you. Or there are other visa types as well, so that
Absolutely.
is why, Soraya. But otherwise, to visit America, I mean, if you think you can go ahead with the whole process by yourself for the travel visa, I think you might as well. So, yes, there are so many. Otherwise, there are so many options for, I mean, employment-based visas. I might apply for a tourist visa through a travel agency. Won't that? Yes, that'll work for sure. They will guide you also, and yeah, of course, the visa is another thing, to applying it is one thing, and cracking the interview is another. So yeah, I'm sure that the travel agency also can help you out with that, preparing yourself to be able to crack the, I mean, visa interview. So I would say all the best, Soraya. I'm sure you're going to be able to do it. And yes, you can visit in a tourist visa. And yeah,
Absolutely.
thank you too for joining us. I wish you could join us. Where are you from, by the way? You haven't told us. Where is your far away home? Which country you from?
I think we can also let her some time to write it down. She'll be writing us here.
Sure. Would you like to take up David's comments now? I'll read it out, I think. Musk, CEO of Tesla and SpaceX, has been vocal about the importance of skilled immigration, pointing to a permanent shortage of excellent engineering talent. And that is in Silicon Valley. Tesla alone secured 724 H-1B visas this year. There you go. Musk really knows, the importance of H-1B visa, and especially of, highly skilled people out there that even Tesla or SpaceX need, and let alone so many other tech giants, Infosys, Google, Meta, the list goes on, right? And there are so many people out there who are in H-1B visas working in these various companies. And David is also saying he cannot do that, Sam, as H-1B workers contribute substantial amounts to federal and state tax revenues. For example, H-1B worker earning $100,000 annually pays approximately $18,000 in federal income tax. Absolutely, and 5,000 to 7,000 in state and local taxes depending on location. Absolutely. Very, very great points, David. Thank you so much for bringing that up. And of course, I mean, yes, of course, these are everybody earning, they are paying taxes. So, yes, they are very much contributing to the economy. And yes, David, very great points. I wish you could also join us in this conversation. You have such great points to share. Why don't you join us? Our number is 425-436-6335, and the access code is 988-888. It'll be very nice if you could join us to have this conversation.
Right.
So,
And here Suraya is saying that I am now in Bhutan, just visiting.
oh,
So thank you, Suraya, for mentioning that. And she has also said that, but I'm from Bangladesh. Your feed came to my YouTube, so thought of listening it. I mean, that's
Thank
great.
you. Thank you so much. This is so nice. I'm sure it's like midnight or almost morning out there in Bhutan.
Mhm.
But yes, I hope you're having a great time there. I hear it's a beautiful little country. And yeah, thank you so much for joining us. That's all I can say. And all the best for your US visa. Definitely go visit. And when you visit us, I mean, if you're somewhere near New Jersey anytime, let us also know.
Absolutely. All right. So thank you so much, Suraya. And like Suraya, also there are people who can also join us and comment here and can know more about your visa or can also let us know about what you are going through. Thank you so much, Suraya, for this pretty red heart. It's so sweet of you. And I think we should also take upon Richard's comment.
Yeah.
And Richard is saying that Trump's newfound love for H-1B visas may be all about the dollar, dollar, dollar. I have always liked the visas. Okay. I have always been in favor of them. That's why we have them. Trump told the New York Post, okay, that's great. And he also added, I have many H-1B visas at my properties. I have been a believer in the program. I have used it numerous times. It's a great program. So I think if that's the statement that Trump has said, then I think it's going to be a great. And we have already talked about that now. This year will be filled with lots of positivity regarding H-1B visa workers. So that's what I think Richard has also mentioned. Okay, so I think we have already taken a lots of comments and we have already talked.
All of them, actually, I think we have.
Yeah.
So definitely, I think Richard has also made some great points. And of course, how can we forget what Trump said? And yes,
Mm-hmm.
people who are in it. Also, another thing about H-1B is the lottery process, right? Not everybody gets lucky. And Richard, you are lucky that you got in and you have been able to,
Right.
renew it, sorry, add more years to your H-1B. So
Okay.
very nice. And I wonder otherwise which country you're from, if not from America.
I think, Nepasa, we should also talk about the past statements or the past things, that Trump had put on H-1B visas, because it will be easier for us to compare Trump's first version and Trump's second version regarding the H-1B.
No, okay, okay. But I was just going to say Trump's previous version is gone. This is his new self, and I think there's the only way is
Uh-huh.
forward. So I think we should
Okay.
we should talk more about his plans right now, and
Uh-huh.
the impact that it's also going to have on business because you know there are so many things that Trump's administration, the H-1B visa program, saw several significant reforms.
Mhm.
So yes, these included increased scrutiny on applications as well. There were so many changes as well. Even 2024 under Biden's administration, we saw changes, and now the H1, I mean H1B also has changed. It has become like beneficiary centric, right? And yeah, and coming back to what the scrutiny on applications is, even higher wage thresholds and tighter compliance requirements. So yes, businesses now face more site visits, so and audits, making it harder for them to hire foreign talent. So for tech giants like Google and Microsoft, these changes have proposed logistical and financial challenges as well. And they have also underscored the importance of adapting the to more regulated landscape, and smaller companies are struggling also at the same time.
Yeah.
Even like new startups as well, they are also struggling, to navigate all these different hurdles, these obstacles that have come by. And site visits are no joke, but yes, it's very, very important to abide by the law no matter what. Once you're on the right path, I don't think site visit or no site visit, you're not going to feel afraid, you're not going to be on in trouble ever. And apart, I mean, even after these obstacles are there, Trump still acknowledged the economic value of foreign talent, saying by doing that we're expanding business and that takes care of everybody. So when you talk about expanding business, it's not only a win for America, but for everybody in that business, right? So
Right.
I think it's a very, very important thing. So yes.
Absolutely. And that's what, if we look ahead, if we look into the future of the H-1B workers, especially under Trump administration, and I think it remains, we're not very much sure how it's going to be, but we can just predict. And Trump's recent statements has also indicated a very continued emphasis on merit-based immigration as well, and suggesting that H-1B program will remain in place, but still with a stricter control. And he also expressed, desire to attract the best and the brightest workers over there from around the world. And that's what he wants, because he knows that without the best minds, without the brightest minds, America won't be America, because even his very new friend Elon Musk is also an immigrant himself. And he's also like one of the greatest, I would say, the brightest minds in the whole world. And that's what he brought to the nation. You remember, like SpaceX, Tesla. So these are the most important and the most influencing, I would say, ideas, for the nation. And that's why I think Trump is getting more understanding regarding the H-1B workers' value. And there will be changes to the H-1B visa process, but that have been made to favor the higher skilled workers and higher paid workers as well. So I don't think that the administration is going to be very much harsh on them, but administration has also introduced a rule that is going to prioritize the applicants, with advanced degrees from U.S. institution, and will try to make it more challenging for lower skilled workers to obtain the visa. And yeah, I think this trend is likely to continue with Trump focusing on filling gaps in critical industries, as he also mentioned that it's not going to be just the engineers, but other people or the other professions or the other graduates can also look for it, and can also fill the jobs that are vacant in US. So
Yes.
this is a very positive approach, and this is a very happy moment for all the H-1B workers who are being very concerned, and were being very afraid, how it's going to be. But we can see
Yes.
it's not going to be a closed door for you all. It's going to be an open door, and that's what it should be.
Yes, and talking about the economic case for H-1B visas, H-1B visas have been playing a very, very important role, just like Richard has had also mentioned, right? U.S. economic growth, particularly in innovation-led sectors, whether
Mhm.
you talk about technology or whether you talk about healthcare, even studies, different studies and researches which have been, made already in the past, they show that immigrants, disproportionately contribute to patents, startups, and even high growth companies. And by tightening H-1B policies, the US risks losing out on global talent to proprietary nations like Canada and Germany, which have more welcoming immigration frameworks. So yes, Trump's acknowledgement to to the need of skilled workers in industries beyond technology, such as hospitality or even engineering, these underscores the program's broad economic significance. And yes, these restrictive measures could really undermine this process, slowing innovation and reducing America's competitive edge. So I don't know what's going to happen if rules are going to be tighter. And talking about, we had this update about even birthright citizenship, right? H-1B families out there, imagine what's going to happen to them, because it's a little controversial that, if this policy is, this policy is this birthright, ending birthright citizenship, this policy is directly impacting H-1B families as well, whose children will no longer automatically gain US citizenship unless, one parent is a green card holder or a citizen. So,
Yeah, a
there
lot
is
of things.
uncertainty. It's very early. It's only day two. With Trump 2.0, but a lot has been happening already.
That's so true. And the great thing is that, we have been going out with the news updates, and that to every, it's just day two, but we have been seeing that CBP One app has been banned, and there is also end of the birthright citizenship. Then also there's something new regarding the H-1B workers. So there are lots of things, that we have seen in just the second day of Trump's administration. So we can't even predict that how many more changes will be there, that we can expect in this year. And that too, he has a tenure of 4 years. So God knows how many changes and what changes will be there, whether it's going to benefit the foreign workers or whether it's not going to be. But I think one thing is for sure that if anything comes in the hand of Trump, and if he thinks that it's going to benefit his nation, then he's definitely going to, work on those principles, like maybe easy doing the work. Doing the process easier for the
Mhm.
foreign workers, or trying to be a little more lenient for the foreign workers if the nation is getting more benefiting. So that's all
Yeah.
we can expect in these 4 years. All right.
And let's not, yeah, of course. And let's not forget, I mean, even immigrants have been creating jobs. There are so many people who are creating jobs out there. I mean, Elon Musk is also one of them, right? So they have been creating jobs for many, many people, the hundreds and millions
Yeah.
already. So, yes, global competitiveness, yes, going to be there. And even balancing protectionism, that's also going to be there, because that's what is, I mean, we can make out from Trump's um, you know, points, whatever he states.
Mhm.
So I think there is tension between protecting domestic jobs and even maintaining global competitiveness. And if, why not? I mean, there should be tighter regulations, but, like we have been saying consistently earlier in these past few days and discussions, that we need more transparency. If there is an action, why did it happen? Why did Trump take this decision, and why was it like that? Like a proper transparency, so that people do not have questions. And yeah,
But we can
American
see
workers.
we can
Yeah,
see
sorry.
more transparency, because if we look into Trump's vision, then he's more vocal. He's very much upfront towards all the statements, towards all the visions, that he wants to look for or that he is planning to. Because these are the changes that we are seeing right now; those are being implemented. But those are the changes that we haven't. It's not surprising us a lot, because these are the changes that what Trump has been very much vocal during last year, last 2 years. So we can understand that he's a man of his words, and he already says everything in a very confidence, and that's what he
Yeah.
keeps on everything with proper bold statement. So I think that there will be a lots of transparency and there will be more clarity this time.
Hmm.
We can't say whether it's
Me
going to
too.
benefit or not, but at least there will be clarity. There won't be any confusion, or there won't be any hidden words, behind what Trump is saying in front of press conference. So there are,
Absolutely.
and I think this is a very good thing. At least we are getting a clarity, we are getting a good thing, because whatsoever he thinks and whatsoever he feels, he also posts it on Twitter without even having a second thought. The best example was the 51st state governor, Justin Trudeau, and that was something that we can't expect from any other president, to put these that was a very, I would say, funny statement, and that was hilarious, but still he had that courage and he had that thing to put it up in front of everyone. So I think it will be a very transparent year, not a year, but tenure of Trump's administration.
Yes, it's going to be for sure. And I think looking ahead, Trump's policies are likely to face ongoing legal and legislative challenges, also, as we already see, and
Mhm.
even protests from so many groups and controversies, well, goes without saying.
Yeah.
But, the executive order of birthright citizenship in particular is really expected to be, contested in courts as well, because it is violating constitutional rights as well, right? The 14th Amendment.
Yeah.
And of course, businesses and advocacy groups are lobbying for a more balanced approach to H-1B regulations, because we all have been speaking already. The program is of great importance for the US economy. And, who is helping the US economy? All these H-1B workers, right? Also, at the same time, I mean. And these developments will really shape the future of immigration policy as well. So, whether the US can maintain its position as a global leader in attracting top talent from across the globe,
Mhm.
it will be, I hope. And Trump has already mentioned that he is also supporting the H-1B visa because he very much knows he needs talent in his country, more talent in his country, rather.
That's true. I think with that, Napasa, we have covered a lot, and we already took lots of comments also that we got from our viewers. So it was so good, and thank you so much, Suraya, for being such a sweet viewer. And you have already asked questions, different questions, and I hope that we have been answering it well. And thank you so much, Nana, also for putting these very important points. David also, and Richard. I mean, thank you so much for everyone. I hope that you friends are watching us from different platforms and different countries or maybe different places. We don't know. But thank you so much for being a part of this session. And I think, is there something else, Nipasa, that you would like to add on or anything that you would like to share with our viewers?
I'm just looking forward. It's only day two. There's this whole year ahead and 4 years ahead with Trump. So it's going to be very interesting. And I'm really looking forward for, like
Hmm.
he's been saying, for the greater America, a more
Yeah.
independent America. So a lot of changes are on the way, and I think they're all going to be very positive. And hopefully, yes, of course, there are some things we do not support about Trump, but even with that stated, he's only going to do his best to see America as more powerful, stronger than ever, and yes, in every possible way on the top, right? So,
Right. And
yeah.
that's very well put up. I think Donald Trump's, if we talk also about the recent statement on H-1B, then it shows that he is going to evolve lots of stance on immigration, and he also supports bringing skilled workers. So it's a very good sign, it's a very positive sign, and he also remains committed to tighten controls on the program to prevent abuse and also protect American jobs. And for H-1B workers, I think this means that while there will be opportunities still exist, but still there will be more competitiveness and stricter scrutiny will also be there, then also higher standards for qualifications. So I think these are the things, that we have been very much familiar. It's not only about the work, it's everything. And if nowadays even the school people, the school students, they are also having a lots of competition as compared to the other generation. So I think generation by generation or even the years by years, the competition has to increase, and we have been looking ahead, with lots
It's
of
healthy.
updates,
Yeah.
absolutely, and those are healthy. So we should look upon it as a very good way, as a very healthy way. So yeah, I think that's all, friends, and we already reached 1 hour of today's webinar, and it was really great. Thank you so much, Napas, also for putting these very important pointers, and I hope we all helped our viewers regarding today's topic, and they all understood about what Trump can predict or how the future can be of the H-1B visa in
Mhm.
2025. So, thank you so much, everyone, for joining. It was really great having you all. Stay connected, stay tuned, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. So, meanwhile, I think me and Apasa would like to say bye bye to our viewers. So, stay connected and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much, everyone, and we are signing off for now.
Thank you. Bye bye.